Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Scale Riders podcast episode. I'm your host, 65 Locs. We are here on episode number 266. I'm happy to welcome our guest all the way from the 209, Pancho. Many of you guys know his paint jobs on Instagram. Looking up the hashtag Pancho Paint. He is here to join us today. I'm very excited to get into these conversations with paint. You know, everything he's been doing with the 124, 125th scale cars, and also the RC cars that he's been doing. A lot of amazing work. So let's just go ahead and bring in Pancho right here. Yo, what's up, Pancho? Welcome to the podcast.
What's up, Edgar?
Man, thank you, man. Bringing you back again. It's been I feel like it's been a long time since the last time we had you on, bro. But it's like you don't stop. You've been killing it, bro. Like just doing a lot of work, man, nonstop. You know, right now, as we can see right in front of you, you have the 124, 125th scale cars and also the RC bodies. What's the scale on those bodies again?
They're 1/10.
110, man. Just the size right there, bro. It's a trip.
Yeah.
The difference, man. They're very big. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Man. Yeah.
Nah, definitely, man. And how you been, dude?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I've been doing good. You know, just trying to stay in there. You know, trying to stay busy. But you know, as of lately, I've been very inspired by seeing all the paint jobs and everything, and just seeing all the stuff that you come out on your Instagram page. You know, you're always hitting us with new builds, new videos, and just seeing the combination of the colors, man, that you put together. I'm always like I sometimes I struggle, bro, to like put colors together, and when I see your stuff, everything just flows, dude. And I'm like, man, how's he do it? How's your like your concept? How do you go about colors?
I kind of look at a lot of pictures, a lot of one-on-one painters, and just kind of get ideas from there. I try to keep the colors in similar tones and kind of just flow with it. There's like really nothing, no really thought besides that to it.
Yeah, because it's a trip, man. Like, watch, I'm gonna pull up this picture right here, and for everybody else to also see this right here. You see the hashtag. If you guys are not familiar, please look up the hashtag on Instagram and throughout social media right here. So, you do see these the cars, a lot of the colors, everything just flows, right? It's like a single color. But then when you start looking at this green one, you start to notice like another tint right here of the green.
Right.
Is that, for example, like the same like candy color? Or is it different?
The green one, it was a couple of different colors. The main body is one color, and then it's mixed into the pattern. So it's probably about three different actual colors.
Yeah, man, that looks really nice right there. And then this orange one just pops, dude. Like the different styles, different combinations of things that you added in there, right there. For like that one, as far as a base. What color of base are you going with something like that?
For that orange one, I did a silver base. Yeah, for all my paint jobs, I start with the silver base. We just build off of that.
And as far as like the primer, are you going with like a gray primer or a white primer?
Gray primer.
Nice. I remember back then, bro, like when I was using the like the Orion Silver for the first time, I'd be just throwing in there, the gray primer. And when I started airbrushing the Orion Silver, it was kind of hard for me to tell if I was getting like that coverage.
Right.
Because I was kind of like, dang, it looks kind of gray still, you know? And then I would have to like hit it like a few times over, just going all around. And the one thing I did like about the paint, that it doesn't drip or anything. Like it just kind of, it's very forgiving. Like it just tacks on there and it stays. And I would be like, all right, cool. Like, everything's working out right there. From the silver, do you also tend to apply your flake after that, or?
For the most part, I use just straight Comet Silver right now. I'm using from Tropical Glitz. They have a pretty good grain to the flake on that silver. I like to mix it up. I like to mix up like pearls and different sizes of flakes. So the base is always going to be the comet silver. From there, I'll add bigger flake to certain sections just to kind of break it up and not make it all one size flake throughout the body.
Oh, nice. And when you're applying that silver, what size needle do you tend to use for that?
I use my airbrush is a 0.8.
Oh man, okay,
Yeah.
that's
So I
cool.
should
Yeah,
be using a 1 point something, but I use a small airbrush and it works out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and that airbrush, that's like your to go to, like for pretty much every paint job that you've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I use a
Oh, that's
couple different
nice.
ones. I actually use cheap paint brushes and paint guns, airbrushes. They're all from Harbor Freight, basically cheap Amazon stuff.
Hmm.
Different
Okay.
size tips. So I use a couple,
Yeah.
depending what I'm doing. If I'm doing a bigger flake, then I'll use I got a Harbor Freight touch-up gun and I drilled out the needle to make it a little bit bigger hole. So it's, I don't know what size. It's probably closer to a 1.7, 1.8 size. And I use that instead of using a bigger gun. Since it's a small project, I don't need
Hmm.
a huge fan. So I just end up doing it that way. For clear, I use also a touch-up gun. And the airbrush is mainly for the patterns.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. So, like like that touch up gun, the one for flake that you drilled out, are
Mhm.
you connecting that just to like a regular size compressor, or are you using like more something a little bit more bigger?
It's a 20-gallon, I believe I have.
Okay,
So it's a little bit bigger, not a
yeah,
pancake, but it's not a huge one.
no, that's cool, man. It does the job,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Watch before we move on, let me give out some shout outs. That way you
Yep.
know some of the friends here that are tuned in. We got Stephen Kessel, Freddie Soto, Joe Joel Esparza. Let me see. We also have Motorcars 1589, Lane Low Hobbies, Slowly Models, David Garcia, Armando Flores, Torts 1904, OmniWorks, Luis, Raiden, and JC's Lowrider Model Builds, Los Olvera, and Juana Mesqua. What up, Eduardo, Indy, Renato Silva. What's up, guys?
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah, thank
guys?
you guys for joining us
Yeah.
right there. Dang. So as far as like your builds, like when you're doing something for yourself, not like a commission or anybody, wanting a job,
Hmm.
um, how do you determine like, out of your stash, like, all right, I'm going to try to do something different. What should I build for this year? What's your way
Right.
about that?
Like you said, something different. I try to look around, see what everybody else is building throughout the year, and try to come up with something with a little bit that you don't see often, right? Like the wagon I built a couple years ago. This is a custom wagon I built, and many people don't build wagons, and I'm actually a fan of them. The 58 RC here. I, I don't think there's another one. I know a couple more got printed by JC Customs, but I don't think anyone has built it. So that's a project I'm working on. So kind of just look around, see what is not being built, and try to go with that.
Yeah, dude, that 58, the one you have in front of you that you just mentioned, that wagon, I still
Hmm.
remember when you brought that out at the NNL West, you had it on display. You had like the back window open, like the doors
Hmm.
were open, like just the way you had it on display. It was a trip because you start to look inside of it and you see the hydro pumps and everything all hooked up.
Hmm.
And you're like, wait a minute, it's not just the paint job. Like I almost looked at it as like, dang, that's like a crazy flex right there. Like Poncho showing us, like, yo, I don't just paint,
Yeah, yeah,
I could also
yeah,
do this kind of stuff here, guys.
yeah.
Like, that was awesome, bro. Like, there's always something new that you come out with. Watch, I'm gonna pull up this picture right here. This is
Hmm.
another one, bro, that stands out to me so much. This one right here,
Yeah.
the 64, bro, with the front clip, just opening up right there. Um, the paint, the engine detail, just everything about it, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful model.
Thank you.
And something like this, when you decide, you know what, I'm gonna go all out, does it feel like it's like a long time for you to complete that, or is it just kind of everything just kind of clicks in?
Yeah, it kind of clicks in. It just depends what I got going on. If it's something I could just focus on, then I could really get on them. I've been doing this, building them for a long time, so with years of experience, it gets a lot faster and easier to knock these out. I don't quite remember how long these took me, but I know I was rushing to get them done for the NNL show, so I was putting late nights in, just try to get them done for the shows.
Yeah, man. Now that the NNL is not going to be around, is it something that you're kind of like, dang, like what other shows or what other things,
Yeah.
to look forward to? You think
Yep.
about that sometimes?
Yeah, right at the end of the last show, I was like, oh, I probably won't see a lot of these guys anymore, right? A lot of guys are
Man.
older, and that was a huge show to bring a lot of people from all over the state, all over the country.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And are you any plans like next year maybe to come out here to down south of California?
Yeah, me and my son have been going for the last probably 7, 8 years. We've been going to a show every year out there. So yeah, somewhere around March, April, May, somewhere around there. I know there's a couple big model car shows that are coming up, right? And I know
Mm-hmm.
Frankie's doing one, and what's the other one? And Carlsbad, I think, is that what it's called? There's a couple of shows out there that I was thinking of going to for model
Yeah.
cars this year, coming year.
Yeah, that one that Frankie's doing, bro, that the printing together with Big Dave,
Mm-hmm.
that should be a bad one, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, definitely recommend to come out for that. That one's gonna be in April, I believe the 25th at the Ventura County Fairgrounds.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And so that's in April, and in the next following week, I don't know if you're gonna still stay longer, than that, but I know that Art Lasky is gonna be having his show, which is the SoCal Open. He's going to be having his show as well. That's also a good one. That one gets pretty packed with a lot of cars and people. But then again, there's also, I'm not too familiar, but I know that a lot of the guys in the RC scene, they have their own shows too.
Right.
And especially during that time in summer.
Right.
I can only imagine there could probably be some more lined up as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you go to those by any chance?
Yeah. Yeah, we went the last couple of years. We went to Long Beach to this year we went to the what was it called? Jeez, I can't remember. Yeah, we go every year. We go to one. The last 3 years we've been going to the RC shows. The delegation show was the one that went this year. Me and my son.
Okay.
So yeah, we go to those also. They're pretty big. They get a lot of cars in there.
Oh, nice. How's that experience like comparing to model car, like the vibe? As far as like a presentation,
it's getting to the same point. They're fully done model cars now. They're RCs and they're drivable now. So it's basically the same thing, just a bigger scale. So that's cool. I'm pretty sure. I think Frankie's promoting for RC cars also.
Yeah.
So hopefully we could get a lot of those guys there. But it's a huge show, so hopefully some of those guys come out and make it a big show with both classes, both sizes, and make it happen that way.
Yeah, it would be dope. Yeah, dude, because I remember in the beginning just seeing like, it was just the RCs of bodies, and then little by little, some people were doing the interiors.
Right.
And then later you start seeing some that were on display with the trunks open, and then they have a full-on trunk and a pump setup.
Right.
And I'm like, dang. And then Jerry's would be promoting like wheels, like A-arms and other parts for the bottom.
Right.
And I'm like, dang, they're going full throttle. With all this stuff right here.
Full show cars, yeah. The 58 I'm doing here, it's going to be full show. The trunk opens, hood opens, doors open, everything.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a 58 like how you were saying earlier.
This is a resin body, so you got to get them custom printed. So yeah, there ain't too many of them out there. Hopefully they come out more. They're coming out.
Yeah, and as far as like for like resin bodies, when they bust those out, are they hopping those, or are they just more like a static, just kind of display?
More display. You could drive them. Hopping, they're so heavy, they're going to be difficult to try to get them to hop. Yeah.
Yeah, I could only imagine, man. And are the bodies pretty interswappable with like the chassis that it comes with?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All the Impalas on the Red Cats are all the same chassis. The 3D printed bodies, you can have them made to fit whatever chassis you want, the Monte Carlo or the Impala. So they're all interchangeable.
Man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just saw that mini truck they just promoted. That's going to be dropping soon, right there. And I was like, man, that's so good timing with the show that they're promoting for next year, because it's also going to be like a mini truck theme right there.
Okay.
the one you painted for Jeffries many years ago, that mini truck, I think it's 1/20th scale.
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
blue one. Do you
Right.
remember like how many years back that was when you painted that for him?
I looked it up recently. I'm thinking 2013 it was.
Okay,
So
dang.
over 12 years. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
from
long
that
time.
time.
Yeah.
What a trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, sometimes when I've been looking at some of the magazines, I'm kind of going back and flipping through some of the pages, from like 2001, 2012 and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some that I come across your features that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just tripping out. I'm going, dang, all the way back right here. Like
Yeah.
Pancho's been holding it down ever since, bro.
Yeah.
And you don't stop, dude. You just keep going. That's that's what's up. And I feel like now, adding with the RC, like this whole movement that's just
Mm-hmm.
growing, the scene is exploding. I feel like that's giving you like just a whole another canvas
Yeah.
to
Oh
start,
yeah.
taking it to that next level right there. Do you find it difficult at times, like switching from 1/10 back to like 1/25th?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially when I'm trying to hold them. These things are
Mhm.
so huge. I start handling them. Then I try to grab this little thing over here, and I feel like I'm gonna break it or something. But yeah, it does get a little. Once you get a couple days of messing with it, then I get back in the rhythm of it. But yeah, just switching back and forth, it can be difficult sometimes. Not difficult, but just gotta get used to it again.
Yeah, I noticed that radical that you're doing right now, that paint job.
Hmm.
I was tripping out on that. I was like, dang, I saw it on Instagram. I didn't pull any photos. I was like, we'll wait till people see it on Instagram
Uh-huh.
right there. But I'm assuming that's gonna be like a future build that's gonna come out
Yeah.
later.
Right.
That's pretty
Yep.
cool. Dang.
Yeah.
And so like when people reach out to you, as far as like, they want their RC body, are they just kind of reaching out through Instagram, or is it just something that you go, hey guys, this is available. It's up for grabs if anybody
Mostly
wants to
they're
buy it.
reaching out. Yeah, mostly they're
Hmm.
reaching out on Instagram, Facebook, and then I would go from there. Usually I don't have nothing prepared. I usually are painting them for customers. Recently, this purple one here is going to. I had it for myself, and then I recently sold it. This for 58, I'm gonna keep for a while if I can, but
Hmm.
usually the customers contact me, and then we set it up from there.
Yeah, man. I bet it must be hard letting go of some because you paint them and you're
Hmm.
like, all right, this is my favorite one, and then
Yeah,
there's a lot of us. We're fans of your work, bro. Like, everybody wants to have a car painted by Poncho in their collection or in their
yeah.
house. Like,
Thank
check
you.
this out right here. Have you ever done like painted any like custom skateboards in the past?
No, I did there are a couple of bikes. I did a couple of little coffee table that not coffee tables, but the table trays that we eat off of. I
Hmm.
painted my mini truck, the roof on my mini truck, so a one on one, and but no, usually just the model cars and the RC bodies.
Yeah, that's cool. And as
Yeah.
far as like the RC, it's always been a mystery to me because I know that a lot of the times when they're hopping the cars, they flip them or they crash them or
Hmm.
something. Like I'm always wondering what's up with the paint. Does it flake off, chip off, or what? Do you paint on top of the body or are you going underneath the body
I
for
paint
these?
I paint on top. Yeah, I prefer
Okay.
to paint on top. I know a couple guys flake on the inside and then paint on top. I want to try that, but I haven't got around to it. But I do everything on top of the body.
Hmm.
It's what I'm used to doing, so I just keep going doing it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's cool. And as far as like preparation for that body, do you have to put any kind of like adhesive, like promoter or anything on top right before you start layering that primer?
Yeah, yeah. I use first scuff them up. I use a red scuff pad, scuff them up real good. Then I use the adhesion promoter, and then primer on top of that. Then the base, and then we go from there.
That's nice. Yeah, seeing the when you start layering your tape, that's always like the fun process, just seeing the layout right there. A question that I had for you, and this is regarding like the flake. So let's
Hmm.
say, for example, you got the base laid out, silver base, and then you start doing your tape outs, like your pattern, and then you decide, okay, I just want to flake this one area, right?
Hmm.
So you backmask everything else, and then you flake the area, that you want to flake, and then when you remove, like the tapes, and you're gonna start layering your candies and everything now, and then finally when you're getting ready to let's say clear coat, or before even clear coat, do you ever how sometimes you got like a little step, or like the flake kind of rise a little bit higher than
like
the other panel? Yeah, the tape lines. Is there a way around that, or a solution to kind of level that out? I know you could clear it, but let's say, is there another way without using the clear?
Yeah, you could. A lot of people get a razor blade and kind of actually scrape it off. That's a little risky, but I've done that before. Yeah, because sometimes it gets too thick where you even after you clear over it, you can kind of still see it. But if it's that high, then you should probably kind of get a little razor blade and try to scrape it out very gently, and then clear from there.
Okay,
probably the best bet.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, because I run into that sometimes with the models. So like, I'll say, all right, I'm gonna do like the side panel of the body, and then I notice like there's that little step, right? You could see it, or if I rub my finger against it, you could feel it. And I'm always like, all right, well, I still want to continue on and layer whatever effects or whatever things I want to lay on it before I clear coat it. So this way it's all cleared together. And I know I'm going to have to layer another coated clear, and then like a full coat, and that's it. But I've never really, I've never done it like, for example, just doing that panel, clearing it, and then coming back, adding more graphics, and then clearing it, more graphics, and clearing it. Like I've never done that with the model, just because in my thought process, I'm fearing that I'm going to lose detail by blasting it with clear, like over and over and over, and kind of thickening the body right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one thing I was kind of wondering about.
Yeah, no, I
right
do
there.
it the same way. I just paint all the patterns and then clear it all together. So for the same reason, you don't want to kill the details, or with the RC bodies, I'm a little afraid that it's gonna be too thick and it might chip off easier. So I just do it all at one time also.
Yeah, and as far as like the flake, are you using a bigger size flake for the RC bodies compared to the model cars?
Yeah, I use for the model cars I use a 0.4. For the RC bodies, I'll switch it up between 0.4, 0.8. Sometimes 15 I'll throw in there. It just depends what I'm going for.
Yeah. Do you get more of a shine experimenting, like mixing in together the different sizes combined?
Yeah, it's supposed to help with coverage. That way, if the bigger flake, you might have bigger spaces without the flake in it. So the smaller flake is supposed to fill in the little spaces that the big flake didn't get into. So it's just more for a coverage thing.
Oh, nice. And let's see here. I'm gonna bring up another photograph right here. This is one of my favorites right here for everyone to see. This one here, the Cadillacs, bro. These are nice. This orange one and the red one. When you're painting these, and you see the different tones of the colors, and you're using like candies. Do you ever have you ever felt like you've made a mistake where you go, oh man, I probably added too much candy. I should have not added too much in this little panel. You ever run into things like that?
Yeah, and then there's nothing you can do about it but keep moving forward.
Right, just keep going.
At that point you got to make everything else match that tone right there. You can't really, there ain't no going back at that point.
Yeah, these are beautiful right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, like on this orange one, I really like how you brought in that gold right there in the wheels, also the side view mirror, and some of the trim right there, and then also in the other caddy. Do you still have these caddies, or not no more?
The orange one, yeah. The red one, I believe it's in Canada with one of the guys from Lay It Low. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me. I see more homies popping up here on the chat. We got Jarvis Malone that's joining us. Royal Customs, also Manny Tropical Glitz as well. Let's see. Dr. Nitrous. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us. We're here. What's up, Gonzo? And George Juarez. What's up, man? Hey, cheers, bro. Awesome, man. Yeah, man, it's cool, man, because a lot of the viewers here, we all build models, we all paint, we're curious. Some people are still using water-based lacquers and stuff, but they want to start jumping into the urethanes. So they're very curious about it. How are you liking using like ready to spray urethane paints?
Yeah, I like them. They're a lot thinner than what we used to use, enamels and
Mm.
lacquers, so they're a lot easier to deal with. So they're working out pretty good. I like the variety of colors they have. So yeah, it's working out good.
No, that's nice. And as far as like primer, are you using because I've seen some primers where it's like a two-part, almost like an epoxy kind of primer, or is it more
hmm
just straight like you're fine with doing like rattle can?
Yeah, I do rattle can. Yeah, right now I use Rust-Oleum, the automotive Rust-Oleum, the sandable primer.
Hmm.
That's what I use
Okay,
right now. Yeah.
that one does the job. That's good, man. Yeah, currently I'm using just the Tamiya or the
hmm
Mr. Hobby. Those
Right.
right now for the model cars are like my to go to, but I
hmm
haven't really thought about because I haven't done an RC car yet, like a body, you know.
Right.
But I know in the future it's gonna be something I'm gonna have to do, bro. It's gonna be right in
Right.
front of me. Like
hmm
I mean, like then I see Armando doing them, and I see other friends doing them. Eventually, I'm gonna be like, all right, like this is a huge canvas, but I want to experiment with it. So I could only imagine I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger type of rattle can compared
Yeah,
to me. I'm probably
you're
gonna
gonna need
one
three of
can,
those.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real. So it's like, man, I got to get it going right there. And then the tapes, a lot of the times we cut the tape right for model cars.
hmm
Is it easier for this where now you don't have to cut as much? You're kind of already using like pre-cut tape, like 3M.
No, I'm still cutting the tape myself. Yeah,
Oh,
and
nice. Still doing it.
using a lot more of it. But yeah, I'm still cutting it myself. Yeah, I
Dang.
haven't found anything that thin. The thinnest I use is probably half a millimeter, so it's
Mhm.
pretty thin. Um, I don't think anyone makes anything that small, and I try to go for as scale as possible. So that's why I
Yeah,
just
on there.
continue to cut it myself. Yeah.
No, that's cool. What's like your what would you say is like your favorite color combination to work with?
I like pinks for some reason. Pinks, purples, they're just so bright and they stand out.
Hmm. Yeah, those are really nice colors. The
hmm
Corvair I'm rocking with right now, it's more pink, and then
hmm
I'm using a little bit of like lighter tones of pink with a little bit of white, like white pearl.
hmm
That's that. But yeah, you're right. Those are the ones that definitely do stand out a lot, right
Yeah.
there. Do you also play a lot with like the pearls as well?
Yeah, I use pearls also. Different
Yeah, I remember there
we
was
used
one you did for Jerry's a long time ago, bro, and it almost the paint looked like it was
mm,
glowing. I think you used
hmm
like a black pearl base.
right.
It seemed like, and then it was like ghost like fades or ghost
hmm
designs on that, and I was like, dang, that looks crazy. That looks like it's
Yeah.
like straight up, like glowing 3D popping out of the base right
Yeah.
there.
That was the 64, right? I think it was
I
I think
believe
that one was
so.
for I think Danny had that one. Danny Hidalgo. I think
Hmm.
he had that one. I painted that one for him, and that one was actually a lot of nail polish colors I used on that. So that was a long time ago.
Oh wow, no way! I
hmm
had no idea that there was nail
Yeah,
polish
those
colors.
bright colors, those are nail polish colors.
Yeah, because they stood out. Definitely, they
hmm
did the way they popped. I was like, dang, it's a trip because when you go back, you think of like some of the collection pieces that Danny Hidalgo has, and then
hmm
Jerry's, you know, compared to now, no, like when you were painting that and other things for him, like
hmm
it was already on a bigger scale, but then now it's like every day, you go on
Yeah.
Instagram, every day there's a new red cat, like someone
hmm
busting out. And actually the painting, it seems like it's been very competitive. A lot of new artists emerging, even just like people that are curious to do it and they're jumping in and they're starting to bust out and like kind of how can I say this, like express themselves as to like what they want to come out with,
hmm hmm Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. RCs are growing fast. A lot of people building them. Yep.
Has your son caught any interest in wanting to paint any of the RCs or just models lately?
No, not really. He did it for a little while and then he fell out of it.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, let dad do his thing right there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's cool, man.
Mhm.
That's dope. And as far as like these body, where do you put them? Because they're huge, bro. Like when you're painting one and you got other customer ones, like
Uh-huh.
is there like a special shelf or a place that you put these, to get them so nothing happens to
Usually,
them?
usually I leave them in the box. Usually I don't have this many, but I've been hanging on this one. I'm finishing up the yellow 63. I got a couple parts I'm painting for it, so that one will be gone pretty soon. But usually I just keep them in the box and hopefully they don't get damaged. But yeah, they take up a lot of space. I mean, look, we
Nah,
got
yeah,
four here compared to one.
yeah. What a trip on the roof. So I'm staring at the yellow one right here,
Hmm.
and the pattern on the top. There's like it looks like a greenish kind of color, or like even like that pink color. It's like, is that a pearl? Because it just pops, bro. Like how it's sticking out.
Yeah, it's a pearl-based color. Yeah,
Oh, nice. And then with the pearl base, and then you also go over it with like candy.
yeah. Just for the fades, I'll throw the candy color over them. Yeah.
Nice. And when it comes to like backmasking, I'm looking at now the other one, the with the purple and the blue top
Hmm.
with the back, and there's obviously like different the tones in the purple right
Hmm.
there. When you got like some of the parts covered up and some are exposed, how do you go about like maybe not missing like a pattern where you're like, oh man, I got to go back, like, you know I miss painting this one. Is there a way
Yeah.
kind of around it so you don't make that mistake?
No, I just gotta be careful. I mean, I've done that before. I recently I've done it. Forget a whole chunk, and then you gotta go backmask the whole thing just for one little section. But yeah, you just gotta check both sides, make sure everything's matching as you're taping and as you're masking. That helps, but it happens.
Yeah, no, it does, dude. It's a trip. And I'm trying to see, is there a way, because I want to see that 50, does it have a chassis on the bottom, or
Which one?
the 58, the convertible?
The Red Cat? It's just a
Yeah.
stock black chassis. Yeah, that one's not done yet. So they're just plain black right now.
Yeah, this is nice, dude. I see. As far as the trims,
Hmm.
are these trims, do they already come with like a kit, or is it something you got to apply onto these bodies?
On the 58 also?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these are all separate pieces. So we could these right now they just have the chrome BMF on it. Eventually I'm gonna take them off and then send them out to get chromed. But yeah, it's all completely different pieces. It's all separate pieces.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
it's
that's a
almost
trip,
like a
bro.
kit. It's almost like a model kit.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's in literally in pieces.
That's nice. And right behind you, that box, where it says 59, those
Hmm.
are the boxes that they come with.
Yeah,
Oh, nice, man. That's really dope. Let me
yeah.
pull up some more photos
Yep.
that I wanted to ask you right here. Let me go on here. Let me see here. All right, man. This pink one right here. This is a nice one. This is also an RC. All right, you guys, check it out right
Hmm.
there. As you see the combinations of we got hot pink, we got some purple there, and some other tones of pink. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, this is obviously years of experience. You've been doing this for a very long time.
Hmm.
And, when I see this, I get lost in the patterns, but I see everything. I see the different um, areas where everything just flows together. And even in the center there, man, it's really nice. How do you find the way to like not redo the same kind of pattern, or just to like test yourself, like, all right, I got to do a whole new layout?
Hmm. I I usually look at like this truck I painted. I think four different trucks of this same body style, the pink one. So I just make sure to
Mhm.
look at the other ones and make sure I don't copy them and go off of that. Like this
Yeah.
pink one here, it's like one big section in the middle. Jerry's truck, I think I put two, and then another. I did a tan one, I believe. I think that one had one or 3. I don't even remember. But I just try to I look at each one and make sure I don't match those. So that's the best way, since they're all the same bodies, especially in the RCs. I just make sure to look at the ones I've done and I make sure I'm not copying those.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up that truck now, the one you were mentioning. I wonder if it's this one here. Damn. Is it this truck or was it a different truck
No,
you were talking about?
it was like a light tan. I don't remember if I sent it to you or not.
Okay. Man, look at this one though,
it was a
bro.
Toyota truck.
This is something else. What base color is this on this truck?
That one is champagne, I think it's called. I think it was champagne gold.
Yeah, this is beautiful right here, man. Like,
thank you.
This with the patterns that you just laid and those colors, those 2 colors that are on top of the champagne, it flows like really nice right there.
Thank you.
I'm gonna show a side view for everybody to see as well, because we also got another photo of this beautiful truck. Damn, look at that. Man, that's clean, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, that one. So that one was just like a gold base, and then I added the flake on top of that one, the 0.8 flake. So the whole rest of the body on the gold is actually just flaked over the base. So that color matched the flake.
Yeah, because right now as I'm staring at this, I could see obviously like the flake over the champagne, but then when you start looking at the inside of that the panel, it doesn't. You don't really see flake in there. It's like it's just patterned, so you could.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I try to switch it up, and just so it's not all the same, look the same flake. It kind of breaks everything up.
All right, now I have a question. This is kind of like a personal tech question. So like, okay, you lay out that champagne base, and you got your flake, and now we're gonna tape over the flake to do out like a panel or whatever. Do you, before you do that, do you just tape right over the flake and not worry like when I pull the tape it's gonna pull the flake, or do you shoot like SG100 or anything over it to kind of cover that flake as like an insurance before you continue on?
Yeah, that's you kind of depends how you're doing the pattern process. So I usually do all the patterns first, and then if anything like flake, I'll leave that last. So I'll back mask the whole patterns, and then I'll flake it, and then I'll clear it. Okay. Instead of worrying about I'll end up pulling off the flake with the tape or something. So I draw the patterns first, and then flake last. Same if I'm doing like any type of fingerprinting or the raindrops. I'll leave all that sensitive stuff for the very last pattern. That way I could just clear it right after, and I don't got to worry too much about peeling it off.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take notes on this right here on this door. I like the way it breaks up from the flake to non-flake, but in the non-flake area you have the pattern right there.
Yeah.
There was one I saw, bro. Let me see where it's at. It's gonna be. It looked like it had a little bit of like cob webbing. I think I found it. Let me see. I'm gonna pull this one up right here. Bam! This one right here. I don't think I could zoom in as much, but I noticed in the side panel, right inside of that black line you have shooting back, it looks like there's cobwebbing, like a design or something like in it with black.
And it's in the blue area?
Yes, in the blue area.
I think I did like more of like a marble, or just you paint the plastic bag and dab it on there.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. All right.
I did on that one, yeah.
Dang, yeah, because when I was looking at it on my phone, I was like zooming in, and I was like, I couldn't tell. I was like, yo, this looks like kind of like cobwebbing, But now that you say that, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's nice. Dude, on Sunday I was watching that John Kosmowski Marbleizing video. I just threw it on, and they're painting a car, and I had seen it like parts of it a while back, but just recently I rewatched it, and I was like, oh shoot, like started taking notes on some of that stuff, and I'm like, dang, now I want to try that like on a panel, not in a complete car how they did it, but at least like in a section right there.
What did they do?
Yeah, so they had this they ended up doing like two different colors for the marbleizing. So they did like they laid out a black pearl base, and then from there they ended up shooting this marbleizer, but it was like it shifted in colors, you know. And I'll have to look up the code because I did find the text sheet online, and I'll have to send it to you. And then later I'll post it up somewhere so you guys could see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it was because House of Color was selling like different types of marbleizer. It wasn't just the transparent. They also had some that had colored dyes in it. So they ended up hitting it with I believe it's like a purple color dye, and then after they sprayed it, the marbleizer, you know, they got the plastic, and then they started putting it over the body, covering it, tacking it, and everything, rubbing it, and then they would pull it off, right? And then once all that was done, they went back and they redid it again, but now they used another marbleizer that was more like a silver, and now they sprayed that again. They tacked on more plastic. They rubbed it on and everything, and when they removed it, and what happened is you had a marbleizer effect and another one on top, so it was giving it more depth, but it was two different colors. And then they finally came back after all that was all done. They had to shoot like an adhesive promoter over the whole body, because he was saying that if they just candy over it, it's not gonna like touch to it, like it could fall off or whatever. So they needed to shoot that. Yeah, they needed to like prep it again. And then once they had the whole body sprayed, they needed to spray candy right away. So then he started to shoot like a pink candy over the whole car. So then it just, you know, he was explaining, you know, it's going to give an effect over the silver and also over that purple that like kind of would shift. And I mean, you see him do the thing, and I mean, all these ideas, you know, come to mind. And then the video ends, and they do show the car, but like from far. Like it wasn't like, yeah. I was like, all right, I want to see the car and like under the sun and like go in a circle or something, right? The only thing that you do get out of the video is he gets like a little panel. I don't know. Let me get that. Like he gets something like this, and he's just like, all right, this is the two colors, right, over like a black base and over like a white base or whatever. So seeing that panel, you did get to see the effect there, that you're like, oh man, because it's under a light, and it looks dope. But at the end though, the car, I was like, wait a minute, that's it. He's just like leaning on the car, and I'm like, dang, like what the hell? But you should check it out though. It's on YouTube. I'll text you the link, bro. And it was just something fun to watch. Like, you know, I was like, it's Sunday, I'm just chilling, you know, no one needs me for anything right here. I'm just gonna check this out, and it was just interesting, like to watch the whole thing right there. But you know, there's just, it's crazy. There's just so much to explore. I feel like, you know, with the paints, experimenting and doing all these like various things, you know, and man, just seeing you come out, you know, with paint job after paint job with all these things, it's definitely motivational, you know. That I'm like, dang. But now I'm more like, man, I need to start speeding up the process with my building, because I almost feel like sometimes I focus a lot in one and it starts slowing me down. I'm losing that momentum by the time I want to get to the next one to paint. Right here. Ooh, check it out. We got the next one right here. This one is beautiful, bro.
Thank you.
Right here, 59 with the green. What's been like your favorite car to paint? Let's narrow it down to the Impalas.
Out of the Impalas, well, there's not many of as far as RC bodies. There's only the 64, 59. Now they have 63. I have my 58. I think I'll say that one. The 58 I have. But yeah, I like 59s. I like to paint in the trunk and hood patterns, like not the hood, but the trunk and the roof patterns like that. I like that look. A solid color body and then patterns on the back. So I like 59s.
Watch, let me pull up the top view, because we do got the top view on here. Yeah, man, thank you as well for these photos, man, because damn, look at that.
You're welcome.
That is nice. Yeah, I always trip out, like right now I'm staring at the roof, and it's like you have it looks like you have a pattern, and then you got like another pattern like on top, and like another one on top. It looks very like one's floating on top of the other. I don't know what that effect is called or what, but it looks really well executed.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, just kind of overlapping them. Yeah, like this one here, I used a couple pearl colors, a couple different flake sizes, some I use some pearl in there, like I said, that really light lime green. I like using light colors like that because they really pop, especially on a darker base.
Yeah, that's clean. That on the roof, not the fingerprint, but in the center, is there a name for that kind of pattern? It looks close to a fingerprint, but it looks a bit wider.
Kind of like a fan, like a fanning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Sure it's called
also
a fan.
like on the hood, it also has it on the rear, but in the hood there's like just those straight like lines that are inside of the panel. Is there a name for that as well or not?
I don't know of the name for it. That was just I pretty much just tape off the lines, spray a color, and then come back over them. I don't know that one, did I put like a swirl into it or just straight lines as far as the paint?
Mhm.
I can't tell from there, but sometimes I'll do like a little swirl and just give it a little more depth to it. But it's just mainly straight lines to peel off, and then throw another layer of candy or whatever I'm using just to give it a couple different shades.
I'm gonna pull up another one here. I'm just trying to load these up as I'm going. This is bang, here we go. We got the mini truck right here.
This one's
This one's
Jerry's there.
Jerry's. Is this one that has he came out with this one yet or no?
He's still working on that one.
Okay. Damn,
Yeah.
soon to come. I'm hoping he comes out, man, next year too, for
Yeah.
that show in April. I mean, it's been dope seeing him like coming out here pretty frequently to the
a couple
States,
times
you
a year.
know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be nice to see him as well. Yeah, he did say something. He might be coming out to LA sometime soon, so I'll have to meet up with him if he ends up coming out.
Yeah,
That'd be
hopefully he
dope.
gets it done soon.
Yeah, because this mini truck is something else, man. This is nice.
Thank you.
The roof part, was that something that was cut off already, or when you got the parts?
Jerry's cut it off. Yeah, he cut the top off.
Let's see, I got this other one. I don't know. I think it might be. Here it is. No, that's that one. Okay, here's another angle from the hood right there. What kind of pattern is that? Also marbleizing in the middle, right in the middle of the hood?
Yeah, it's black, right?
Yeah.
So hard to see from here, but yeah, that's like no, that one's the actual. I guess the can is marbleizing, but looks more like a spider web type of look to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's out of a rattle can. Also, it's just a Rust-Oleum marbleizing spray paint, but for this effect, kind of looks like a spider webbing.
Man, this is nice, man. I'm digging this. Yeah, something about those effects, man. I never have done them in my builds because I just really don't know how to go about them. But the Marbleizer, I still haven't added to a model. I have this other like panel that I painted one time, and I did use. That was the first time I used like the Marbleizing effect on that, and then I did like a candy fade around the edges, just so it would expose the Marbleizing effect. But you know, seeing the way you're doing it right here, man, it makes me really like pumps me up to want to try that.
Thank you. Yeah, try it out.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be like, am I doing this right? With the text your photo.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No. Give me a text.
All right, let's see this other photo right here. Oh, here's the back, the view. Man, look how big this is. You can see the tape right there inside. It just makes you look, man. That's huge. Oh, that you got the OG Scale Rider sticker right up there. And then Pancho's Paint Shop, Jerry's sticker, table, scrapers, tropical bliss, dedicated magazine. That's nice, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Let's see. I got more images. Yeah, thank you for writing all these. There's so much cool stuff to look at. I'm excited to share these with everybody right here. Oh, this is from the 58.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, that's clean right there. It almost looks like a peach kind of color.
Mhm. Yeah, it is
Man,
pretty close to peach. Yeah.
yeah, because it's like I see the pinks and then it just really really soft
Mhm.
right there. Where do you find your inspiration right now, Pancho?
Um, I just look on the internet. There's a bunch of people I follow on Instagram, and I just look through their pictures. Danny D was a big one. Candy and Chrome. So many painters. Thick 713 from Texas. Right now the painter. Geez, I'm forgetting his name. I painted the 63. Uh, geez, what's his name? Wow, I'm blanking. But yeah, there's plenty of painters that I follow, and I just look through their pictures and get inspiration from that.
Hmm. Yeah, man. There's a lot of cool things out there for sure. Like I've been following more and more painters that they do cars, but also motorcycles
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
you know some that even do the smaller stuff like a helmet or even like the tumblers. Sometimes
Yeah,
there's people that
yeah.
start businesses just custom painting tumblers and little things like that. And
Hmm.
you know, I start to check them out, or and even it's weird because even the algorithm's starting to show me like people that paint like those little fishes to go fishing.
Right.
They'll custom paint that too, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what the heck? Like, there's just so much stuff out there, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and it's cool because it's just more ideas for like painting and the
Yeah.
combinations and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I mean, a lot of the stuff I see, I'm heavily influenced. I do take notes on a lot of stuff that I end up seeing and just something to try out, you know.
Hmm.
Um, let me see here. Oh, here we have another one, 59. Um, man, this is nice. This is like a teal and a blue combined.
Yeah. Some teals, couple different teals, some blue, some like purple I use for the color pop. But yeah, a couple different colors in that one.
And all these wheels that you have them mocked up, are these the Jeffries wheels or are these the ones from Monocar, Solar Motor Car Parts?
These are Jeffries wheels.
Oh, it's cool. And I see the 59 has the cruiser skirts
Hmm.
as well. Are those part of the accessories with these 59s?
Yeah, those come with the kit. They come with the cruiser skirts. No kit, no bumper kit though. Jeffries has the bumper kits, but it comes with the cruiser skirt.
Yeah, that's pretty nice right there. Yeah, I didn't know, man, that it came with all that stuff, or even like
Hmm.
the chrome trimmings, like you could take them off
Hmm.
or put them on right there.
Yeah.
See, I think we got a couple last photos, but let's see this one here. Ooh, and this is like more like behind the scenes before it gets clear coated right
Yeah.
here on the roof. That's dope. The in the very center in that panel are those like those like little circles that you spray out.
Yeah, like the little freak dots, I think they're called.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So for those, are you using like a black or paint, or are you using more just the same kind of color in candy but just darkening it?
Yeah, yeah, different candy colors. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Mm. And the that effect, I haven't really seen too many people using this. It's been a minute. The
Hmm.
water effect that you like spray out.
Hmm.
Is it tough to get it to that scale when you're spraying out like the water drops?
Sometimes it can be. It just depends what the weather is like. It has a lot to do with the weather, how humid it is,
Hmm.
and but getting them small. Sometimes you could like if you go too small, then once you spray the paint, they kind of fly away. So it does get difficult. You can kind of move the water around. I use like a little needle or paper clip or something to kind of move them around to where you want them.
Oh, that's cool. So like in case if you get like one big drop in one area and
Uh-huh.
you're kind of like,
You kind
oh,
of break it
like
up. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's a good tip right there. You can still have a chance.
Yeah.
I'd probably be freaking out. I'd be like, "Damn, get the napkin!" Just like,
Just start over. Yeah.
like let's start over. Yeah, yeah. I'll be panicking right there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, there's just a lot going on there that it just. I'm like, all right. I want to try this. I want to try that. The there's a part that's a bit darker. I'm assuming to give it more of a depth, kind
Mm-hmm.
of on like towards the edge.
Right.
And is that something where you have your tape laid out, where you're pretty much hitting like the tape area, and then it starts to kind of fade in, like where it gets darker in those little
Yeah.
areas?
Yeah. Just a fade from the tape edge. I usually
Nice.
spray. I try to spray depending on how tight the fade I want to get. I spray mostly on the tape. That way, it's fading it on there. That helps a
Hmm.
lot to get a little tight fade, especially on the model cars. But yeah, just a really fine .3 airbrush or something that helps a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Man, we got more homies jumping in. We got Luis, LXC, Scale Cars in the building. Ruben Padilla, what up, man? That's cool. More people joining in right here. Yeah, there's a lot of comments and things on the chat. I'm trying to like scroll through them real quick to see, but it's cool because it sounds like everybody's like chatting in there or
Yeah.
answering. Like if they had a question. That's pretty cool, man, right there. And let's see, I'm gonna pull up this other model right here, one that you did a while back. Look at this right here,
Mm-hmm.
man. This is nice right here.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
looking at the rear, like when I'm looking at, I mean, like the interior, but those rear seats
Mm-hmm.
and just like like the rag top, like how that's all painted, that area,
Yeah.
like the cover, that's pretty dope. And even the seats, they just look like they just fit in perfect in this
Mm-hmm.
car right here.
Yep. That one's all custom built. Tingles has that one now.
Oh, nice, right
Yeah.
on. Yeah, this one's nice, man. This is a beautiful car right there. Do
Thank
you
you.
do you remember, when you were building this one, like how long it took from start to finish?
Not exactly how long. It took me a while. I think I worked on it for off and on for probably a couple of years, honestly. Before I used
Hmm.
to be like, I'll paint, work on one, then I'll get a little bored, like you were saying, and then jump to something else, and finally got it done, and Tingles took it. But
Yeah.
it took quite some time. Everything's built, the whole bottom's done, the trunk, the engine bay, everything's completely detailed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope. Nowadays, how do you find time to work on all these projects, from model
Mm-hmm.
cars to like RCs? What's your like your time when you feel like, all right, I'm by myself, I can really focus on what I'm doing, on what's in front of me.
Yeah. Um, Usually, I mean, I go to work and then I come home and I'm able to mess with them as kind of as I want. Got to do my house chores, make sure everything's done around the house, and then I'm able to mess with them pretty freely. My kids are all grown now; they're all adults, so just me and the wife usually at home. So I got plenty of time now.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a trip, bro. Because sometimes I think about it too. Like maybe sometimes I'm thinking too forward ahead, but
Hmm.
I'm already thinking like, all right, my daughter's 5. Like maybe next year, by the time she's 6, I'll be able to have a little more freedom to like be able to travel and try to. I really want to travel to other states to
Right.
visit the shows that are out
Hmm.
there. I want to go to some of the shows in Texas, some of
Hmm.
the shows that are out like in Florida or Ohio, like in different places that I never thought I would be going there. But the model cars is what's gonna pull me and take me there.
Right. Yep.
That I'm really, but I'm also like thinking like, man, like I know in the future I'm gonna get that time too. Where my kids, my daughter's gonna be grown, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be like, hey, let's go do something. She's like, nope, like get out of my room. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like
Yeah.
on my own. I'm gonna be like, dang, like I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna be hitting you guys up, like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Right. Where's the next show at?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real, and yeah, like I feel like as time goes on, like you said, you gotta handle the responsibilities, the chores, and everything. But then once you have that free time, it's always nice, to
Hmm.
be able to unwind and build, because obviously, every day there's something new. There's always going to be some type of like a stress or difficulty or whatever,
Yes.
and at least when we're sitting down or you got something in front of you that you're working on, you're in your zone, you're handling it. And then, it's always nice that you're willing to like share with all of us your works, your works of art, and also, some of the info, because I'm sure you get hit up too from people asking questions, especially like a lot of the new, custom painters that are going into this. They're seeing your work and they're like, man, like, I want to be at that level, Well, I better start talking to him and asking him, like, how'd you get your build like that,
Right. Yeah, I always tell everybody when they ask a question, I tell them, feel free to ask. I have no problem helping. For me, it's part of helping the hobby grow and keep people coming into it. And people get discouraged if you don't help sometimes. So I have no problem helping and giving tips whenever I can.
Yeah, and that's awesome, man. I've always admired that from you. You've always helped, whenever there's like a question with anything, regarding, like you said, like the hobby, you always come through with that. But also, again, you also do your part in supporting. You do go to the events. You try to make the effort to come out. Because sometimes it's tough. As much as we want to go to all the events, we can't. But at least the ones that you can hit up, like you're there,
Right.
and participate and bring out your builds right there. Yeah, hopefully in the future when you come out again out here, and you, whether it's a model show or an RC show, I'd be very interested to come out, link up, and like kind of see. I'm very curious to see like the scene, like outside of model building, like how it is also with like the RC stuff. I do see videos time to time on Instagram, YouTube, they pop up, but I know that being there would be a whole different experience.
Yeah, it's very similar. I mean, like I said, it's basically the same thing in a bigger scale. So it's a good time. You guys should definitely come out.
Yeah, bro, we'll come out and check something out like that. Well, hey, Pancho, it was awesome talking to you, man. Thank you again for being on the podcast. And, do you want to give out any shout outs for anybody out there?
No shout outs. Just everybody keep building, have fun with it, and everybody get along. Let's get this builds done.
Awesome. Yeah. No, thank you, bro. Thank you for everybody also that tuned in, that's on here. Also just like chopping it up in the chat room right there. I always appreciate you guys going in there and just, asking questions and it's crazy because I look back and I'm like, man, and everyone, they're like showing you love right here too. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you again, Pancho, for joining us. This was episode 266. In case if you guys joined us, in the mid part or towards the end, don't worry. The video, you can rewatch it after this. You'll be able to see it on the YouTube channel. And also in the description, you will be able to see the link to Pancho's Instagram page. So if you guys are on Instagram, and if you're not following him, please go do me a favor, check out his page and hit that follow button right there. But thank you again, bro. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day and night, because I know for some people it's already late at night. So have a good one. All right, brother. So take care.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Peace.
Bye.